It's Claire Riley, entrepreneur here. So my second live video, you're going to see a lot more of me soon, because I'm talking about New Year now, right? Happy New Year. I hate Happy New Year. Hi, Edward is watching. I'm just not very good at wishing people Happy New Year. It's not that I'm against the New Year. I really like the New Year, but not really for the celebration, for the new things. I'm kind of addicted to doing things differently or change, that kind of thing. But I'll say Happy New Year anyway, because then I've done it to everybody. I'm not that good at it. So anyway, I wrote a few notes of a couple of things, because especially entrepreneurs, it's the time of the year, hopefully, when you're thinking about the next year in business, or even for yourself in terms of personal development and that kind of thing. So yeah, I like the new year because it really focuses my mind on what the next year is going to be about, and I like change, and I like to affect that change, and I like to think about what's going to be ahead. So I've been thinking already about what my things will be. So even after this conversation, I'm sure some of you are cooler than me, and going out and having a party. We've got a toddler and a 6-month-old, so we're not doing that. But what we are going to do is we're going to be looking at goals for next year. And do you know, that really excites me now. And it's funny because I was having a conversation with my friend about this yesterday, and she's got a business, and I was saying, what are your goals? And you're thinking, what have you written down? And she was like, I don't know where to start. And I thought that was really interesting, because I remember being in that situation probably 2 years back now, and I'd print out these workbooks and I'd be like, right, I'm going to do it. And I'm like, I don't know if what I write is correct. I don't know what the goal should be. I don't know how to get to the next bit to make the business better. I just didn't know that. But now I look back and I just think it doesn't matter what you write, as long as you write something and then you try and work towards that, because you might figure out 3 months down the line that wasn't the thing, but you're actually still closer than you were when you first started. And the fact is, you've actively done something about it. So if you're wanting to write a goal and you're thinking, I don't know where to start, there's so many things I want to change, it's okay to write it and then change your mind later. And it's okay to not know if it's really the one and just put it down anyway. And it's all right to have a think about it as well. Sorry, I'm just getting New Year messages because I love them on Messenger. So yeah, it's okay for it not to be perfect, is what I would say, really. But have a really good think about them as well. If you haven't sort of been thinking about it for the last few days like I have, then having a few days to think about it now, instead of rushing in and saying, oh yeah, I'm going to lose weight or whatever. And that's something I was going to say as well. So think about them. Are they resolutions? Because I'm not really a fan of resolutions, because I kind of think, a resolution is something like, right, I'm going to eat healthy for the rest of my life. And it's not attainable. It's just not possible. Whereas if you set yourself a goal, there is actually an end date. And it's not to say that at that end date you won't keep a good habit, but you're not signing yourself up to it for life when you're just not going to want to do it, basically. So a better one would be like, instead of saying, right, I'm going to eat healthy all year, would be to say, I don't know, okay, I'm going to fit into size 10 jeans by 28th of April or something like that. That'd be good. That'd be a good goal. That'd be something that you could actually work towards, and you'd know if you met it. Whereas, how do you know if you've met, I'm going to eat healthily for the rest of my life or the rest of the year? You don't. It's not a tangible goal that you can actually see yourself and feel yourself getting closer to, or imagine actually happening. You're not going to imagine something that's just so vague. So that's important as well. I've written some notes because I wanted to make sure I got everything in. But I think, yeah, just write something down and then just start it. And it's all right to change your mind further in. Even like with business ideas, you have your idea, and then people who are going to use that service will help you hone it and help you make it what they need it to be, because if it's not what they need it to be, then you're not going to sell it. So yeah, I'm spending my New Year's Eve writing goals and things like that, and at first it was so daunting, but now that I know that I write them and then they actually come true, I mean, I write some crazy stuff. I actually enjoy now writing things down that I think people who I know would think that I was crazy for writing that down, because I've done that and it's happened. So we had a really good 2018. We had a new baby. We've got a second baby now. We got 2 new cars. I achieved a really big business goal as well, which was really exciting. Something that we've been working on for, well, the entire year, and I think we hit it round about November. So that was really, really good. Yeah, and so I just know that next year I just want to push the boundaries and be like, right, I'm going to do something really crazy. So I thought this year coming, I'm going to do some, I'm going to have some words. So network, I'm going to build my network, because I'm not very good at that, if I'm honest. And the thing is, I kind of don't want to do that. I don't really like going to meet people I've never met before or talking to them, to be quite honest. But I need to do it if I want to grow, and I need to put myself in that uncomfortable situation. So network's one of them. News is another. So Classroom Secrets has been around 5.5 years. If we'd have been in any news kind of articles, then we'd be more well known than we should be, for the amount of customers that we've got. So news is another thing. I need to sort of focus on that. What's my third one? Written it down. Oh yeah, my personal brand. So I don't really know what's going to happen with that. So I've been building a business for 5.5 years now. I feel like in the last 2 years I've gained an awful lot more knowledge and experience, and so I don't really know where that's going to take me. I'd like to think that I will help other people to build their businesses at some point, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, so I'm going to build my brand in that as well. So another thing that my friend said to me the other day was that motivation was a problem, and I know about that. It is difficult to sort of get yourself motivated, and I was trying to think, what do I do to motivate myself? So if somebody was out there now thinking about goals for 2019 and thinking, well, there's no point me writing them because I'm not motivated to do it, I think the key thing is that you have to put a plan in place. So I could just say to myself, so one of the things I want to do for the personal brand is I'm going to try and do a live on the entrepreneur page every day. So I've already been thinking about some of the content that I'm going to talk about. And the content has to be useful as well to somebody. Yeah, completely lost what I'm saying. So yeah, I want to do new content every day. So what I need to do is think, right, when am I going to do that? And I need to be able to plan it. Because if I just say, oh, well, I'll do a live at some point in the day, that'll end up being 9:30 at night, and then I won't want to do it because I'll be too tired, and I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered. So I've got to plan in beforehand when I'm going to do it, because I've got 2 small children as well, and you know, they don't sleep past 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I think I might be trying to do it before they get up in the morning. Not really locked that one in yet. But the point is, you have to make a plan, and you're going to have to sort of do a little bit of sacrifice as well, because, you know, when I'm on form, I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm doing some work then, like personal development work or something like that. And do I enjoy doing it? If somebody asked me who was not really close to me, do you enjoy getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning? I'd say yes. But it's not that I enjoy waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't, but I do enjoy the results of it. So I suppose it's looking at the bigger picture. But at 5 o'clock in the morning, do I actually want to get out of bed? Not really, especially if we've had a bad night with a 6-month-old baby. Sometimes she does wake up a few times in the night, not for milk, but you know, it's life, isn't it? but then it's a sacrifice that you sort of have to make. But it doesn't have to be 5 o'clock in the morning. As long as you plan it in, then you're much more likely to be motivated, because you know all day, if it's at 5 o'clock in the evening, you know all day, I'm going to be doing that then, I'm going to be doing that then. So if you struggle with motivation, planning it in is really, really helpful. It's not going to work if you just go, oh, well, I'll do it 3 hours into my work day. Try and get it done first thing, out of the way. So last year, one of my big goals was for it to be my best year in business yet. So I would say that, say if I doubled that, I would be happy. But I think we quadrupled in our minds what that would be. So it's worth doing. It's worth doing. And one thing that I do is I write it down, and then I actually look at it every morning when I get up at 5 o'clock, and I see the goal that I've written out. And then you just constantly reminding yourself then. It's kind of like a subconscious thing. So write them down, and don't just write them down and forget about them. Write them down and then look at them again. So if you are thinking, oh, when am I going to fit in? I'm going to have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. One tip for that is you should look up Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. So she'll help you to get out of bed in the morning if you need to get up at 5, like I do. I need to watch that video again, in case I sort of decide I'm going to have to start tomorrow. I did think Wednesday the 2nd, that might be the good one. So set your goals today or tomorrow. Don't do too many. Let me know what they are, if they're not too private, and we can keep each other accountable, because, you know, I've told you that I'm going to try and do a Facebook Live every day, which I didn't think I would be telling anybody that. But I suppose I'm accountable to you guys now, if you've watched it. So forget about all the superstitions, because I do think New Year is... there's a lot of superstitions around it. Like people say, oh, if you're going to the New Year with an untidy house, you'll have an untidy house the whole time. Or, oh, well, you know, if you set yourself a New Year's resolution and then you break it on the first morning, that's it, it's gone, you will never do it again. And people sort of do say those things. And do you know what? You're allowed to make mistakes. You're also allowed to set yourself a goal and think, right, I'm going to start it when I'm back at work or when the kids are back at school, which might be 7 days in. That is okay. That's absolutely okay. Mike says, productive hours when everyone else is asleep. Hard work getting out of bed though. Do you know what? You're so right. If you actually do look up Mel Robbins, she's sort of done some research, and apparently the first 2 to 3 hours of getting up are your most productive, because your brain's like on overdrive. And sometimes if I feel like I've had enough sleep, and then if I have a green tea at like 5 o'clock in the morning, I start working, I feel so, I don't know, so productive. My mind, I can feel it just whirring round. Whereas at night time, no. But some people are evening people, and I get that. But getting up early, it does make a big difference. But yeah, so forget all the superstitions, set your goals out, let me know what they are, and hopefully we'll help each other. And a Happy New Year. Why, look. I am celebrating, honest. Right. Have a good one. Bye.